What's up everyone, Danny Lennon back with another CSR2 video. So the Ghost Light Circuit Halloween event is up on the map. We're going to go over all the lock-ins. We're going to go over the prize car. We're going to find out if the prize car seems like it's going to be worth our time. So stick around because there's going to be a lot of really useful information or things you need to know. The video should help you decide whether or not you want to spend your money or your time on this event. So the prize car for this event is the Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat Red Eye Splatter, and you're going to earn that at race number 70. That means you're going to need to lock in 5 separate cars in order to win this one, and more than likely lock-in number 6 is going to be the Splatter. So let's go ahead and check this out and see how they have this thing set up. But first, we do have about, how many races? There's a total of 100 races. There's a bunch of like question mark pumpkins. We don't know what we're going to get for that, but they're going to give us some sort of prizes. And there's a bunch of regular game parts and game cash and tokens and keys and just all the basic stuff that all adds up. So bottom line is, yeah, let's go check out the lock-ins. So lock-in number 1 is only showing 2 different cars for me, right? The Golden Star and the Purple Star version of the LB SRT Hellcat. This is a terrible tier 3 car, one of the slowest, crappiest tier 3 cars in the game. They look amazing, but in the game, they are not good cars. So that's lock-in number 1. Lock-in number 2, you've got the Dodge Viper ACR Extreme Aero or the Viper ACR Voodoo 2. Again, neither one of these are great cars. I don't like either one, but that's what we got for lock-in number 2. Now, lock-in number 3, you got a little more variety. We got the Mustang Shelby GT500. We got the Purple Star version of that, the Resurrection, the Challenger SRT Demon HPE 1200, or the other Challenger SRT Demon HPE 1200. So those are your choices right there. I'm guessing one of those is probably Gold and Purple Star. If we go over to lock-in number 4, it's going to have the same exact car. So bam, nothing has changed. You're definitely going to need a couple of those right now. Right there. I don't know, right now, whatever. Lock-in number 5. Same cars again. So lock-in 3, 4, and 5 all use these same exact cars, guys and gals. That means you're going to need 3 of these. Now, if you lock in like the Golden Star Mustang and you have a Purple Star version, there's a pretty good chance the other one's going to be locked out. So that's something to keep in mind. Normally, if you have 2 versions of the car and you lock one in, all of a sudden the next one becomes unavailable. So you're probably going to need to have one of the 12 HPE 1200s, a Resurrection, and a Mustang GT500. So you probably need all 3 of those. And of course, lock-in number 6, that's going to be the prize car. So let's go over to the Nitro for CSR2 content account and find out if that car is going to be any good. And I just want to say thank you to Nitro for access to this account. That way we can actually check out the cars and find out if they're worth your time. Without these accounts, we wouldn't be able to do this kind of stuff and nobody would know what was good and what wasn't. Alright, so we're just going to take a quick look at this, find if it's got a live racing setup, a low upgrade setup, and all that good stuff. I will get a full video out for this car eventually, but this thing does have very high Evo points. And let's see what we got here on the dyno time when this thing is maxed out. The acceleration looks really nice, 397 miles per hour, and it's got a 6.8 on the dyno time. So those are some really good numbers. Now, if we do a quick test run on the car, 3, 2, 1, go, 2, 3, 4 nitrous. We're just going to go ahead and do it something along the lines of that. That's the way the old one drove, so I'm going to assume this one drives similar. We're just doing a test run. We're going to get a good idea if it's beating the dyno, if it runs at the dyno. All right, there we got a 6.906 with a 6.8. So it runs really close to the dyno. Maybe if you drive it a little differently, it'll run better. But it's probably like a 6.7, 6.8, or 6.9 car right there. But let's go ahead and check this car to see if it's got a nice low performance point, high Evo, low upgrade, live racing setup, or dyno beating setup. So we're going to put our engine back to stock. We're going to put our turbo back to stock. Let's take our intake. We're going to throw that on stock as well. We're going to put our nitrous on stage 2. We'll put the body on 5. Tires always go on 3 for these. And we'll put our transmission on 5. And let's see what our Evo points do. So right there we've got All right, we're still over 2,000 Evo points. Let's see what happens if we put the body back to stock. Sometimes the less parts, the better if you can keep the Evo high. All right, so we're at 1,800, so we're probably just going to go ahead and go with this, right? We're going to go ahead and leave the body right there. Let's go tune it, see what kind of lobby we can get this thing into and make sure it's going to perform properly. So let's go do our tune really quickly. So bam. That's got an 11.6 right off the bat. Can we get more Evo points than this? A little bit. 11.601. All right, so if we do it this way, it's going to be right there in the 11.6 lobby. So let's do a test run and see if the car runs at 11.6. That's the goal, right? We don't want it to run faster. We want it to run at 11.6, and we don't want it to run slower. Now, if it does run faster, that's a good thing because you can always slow down. But anyways, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, let's see what she does. Ba-bam, bam, ba-bam. And let's find out if we can run at 11.6 or better. All right, so I think we got it. That's looking pretty good. You might be able to shift it in a different way to make it run a little faster. But honestly, yeah, we got our 11.6 right there. This is probably going to be a nice live racing car. So let's go ahead and refit a couple of parts around again and try something slightly different. Let's go ahead and put our body on stage 6. And let's put our transmission on stage 6. That's probably going to make this thing a crazy beast. Right there, we got 2,474 Evo points. So this thing is going to be a monster if you can get those two stage 6 parts. Let's go ahead and retune it really quickly and see what it's going to do for the live racing setup. So that's going to give us a 9.7. So we either want to be at 9.6 or 9.8 because live racing lobbies are every 0.2 of a second. So let's see, 9.749, 9.741. All right, 9.6 something. Can we get it into the 9.6s? That's my goal right there. 9.667, 9.8. So that's going back down. All right, I guess we're going to tune this for the 9.8 lobby, guys and gals. Actually, you know what? That's really close. Ooh, 9.630. 629, 634. I mean, we could always go with that, but I like to be right at the 0.2 of a second. So 9.7. All right, this is a pain in the buttocks, I know. 749, 749, and 788. That's close enough to 9.8 right there. You can play around with that a little bit. We're just trying to throw something together really quick and get a good idea of how it's going to work. So let's see what she runs like this. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, bam, 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 bam. All right, shifting her on down the line. So there we go. There it is. That's the thingy dingy right there. So let's see if we ran close to our dyno time. And if we did, then we know we're in luck. So there we got a 9.7. Yeah, we're in the 9.8. So that is going to do what you need to do for live racing right there. So this does look like it's going to be a pretty cool little car. So on that type of setup right there, you should be able to make the car beat the dyno time by a little bit and possibly win some live races. I mean, it's looking pretty good. It's a really cool looking car. I mean, I guess it really depends on how you like the looks of it personally. You may be like, ew, that's nasty. Somebody bled all over my car. Or you might be like, man, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. Ooh, that's nice. That's a very nice looking engine inside of there. But honestly, I think it's a cool car. This car is probably worth your time if you can get the cars required to do the event. Unfortunately, you know, you're going to need 5 cars. You more than likely will need to have them very highly upgraded. I mean, generally, in order to beat one of these events, you're often going to need to have, you know, the majority of the stage 6 parts on all 5 of the cars, and you're probably going to need to have the majority of the fusion parts on all 5 of the cars as well. 90% of the time you have one of these events, it's usually pretty easy till you get towards the end. Then all of a sudden you find, hey, I need more parts for my car. So you probably will need to have those 5 cars very highly upgraded, probably not 100% maxed out, but you're probably going to need to have them close to maxed out. Every once in a while, they do make one of these events easy. Most of the time, they are not. So that's just something to keep in mind. If you don't already have all the cars and you don't already have them highly upgraded, they will give you some ways to get these cars, and you're going to have to get some parts for them as well. So remember, there's usually paid crates for purple star cars and key crates for golden star cars. So that's just something to keep in mind. When the event starts, there may or may not be key crates for the purple star cars. We won't know that for sure until the event starts. But, you know, normally purple star cars have paid crates. Sometimes when the event starts, you have the paid. Sometimes you have the key crates. We'll find out. But when it comes to getting the cars, more than likely there's going to be some cars for sale for real money. There's a small chance some of these might be for sale for gold or something like that. And there's also a chance they're going to put some of these in the key crate. So there's probably going to be a few or several different ways to get some of these cars. That's another thing we never know until the event actually starts. So if I go into the buy cars section and I click on the Ghost-like circuit settings, this is probably where you're going to figure out how to get the different cars. So right now this one says rare imports. This one's going to allow me to do a test drive. I guess I don't have that car. I'm not sure. So this one right here, the Viper ACR Extreme Aero, this one you can buy with 600 collections tokens. So some of these cars can be got out of collections. Next, we have the Voodoo, and that one does not appear to be a collections car. We've got the Shelby GT500s. That one says rare imports. This one right here also says test drive, so whatever. You can get the SRT 1200s. If you don't have these, you can get these with your collections tokens if you have any. Now, one thing that's pretty cool though, if you wanna get one of these, I think you can customize the colors first, right? You can always pick the colors you want and find what you like, and then when you buy it, it'll give you whatever color you like. That green's kind of neat. We got satin blue. I do like the blue. Fluorescent purple. Let's go with, let's try that green for now. Let's see what we got for wheels. Do we have different sets of rims? There's only one set of rims. That's a bummer. I'm not a big fan of that. Only one set of calipers. So you're pretty much stuck with the wheels and calipers. You're stuck with the black interior. There's no changing that. So the only thing you can really change is the outside color of the car, right? There's several different colors you can choose from. So I guess pick your favorite one before you go ahead and hit the purchase button. I kind of like that blue, I think. I'm not sure. If I do purchase this, more than likely I'm going to go with that blue or maybe the green. I wish you could see what this would also look like in your garage, but hey, 600 collections tokens is pretty cheap. But anyways, that's pretty much the deal with getting some of these cars. The rest that are not available will become available once the event starts. And going by what I'm seeing there, it does look like quite a few of those are going to be in the key crates. And then there's going to be probably a couple. There probably will be like a paid package of cars as well. But anyways, that's pretty much the deal right there. But what it really boils down to is if you want to do the event, you got to get those 5 cars. And if that sounds like something you're interested in doing, the prize car looks pretty decent, right? The prize car is looking pretty decent. I'm not sure if it's going to be one of the very best cars in the game, but it's definitely going to be a very nice car. I mean, there are some cars that just stand out miles above the rest, and I don't think this is going to be one of these, but this will be better than probably like 80% of the other cars in the game, because this game's got a lot of really bad cars. It's got some cars that are just kind of so-so. You've got your nicer cars, and then you've got your crazy, crazy, crazy good cars, which are few and far between. And I would say this one falls into the nicer cars category at this current time. So bottom line is, if this looks like something you would be interested in, go for it. If you don't already have the cars, you probably will have to spend a few bucks to get them and then get enough parts to upgrade the cars and make them fast enough. But the prize car does look pretty nice, meaning this will be an event that's worth doing for some of you guys. It's just going to be personal preference whether you want to spend the money if you don't already have the cars. So anyways, that's pretty much a quick look at the event, how it's going to work, my little rundown, my thoughts. It seems like a cool event overall if you can get the cars, or if you don't mind buying the cars and buying the parts to make them fast enough. So there we go. That's it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe and leave a comment on the video. That kind of stuff helps me out big time. If you really enjoyed it, you can hit the little bell, set those notifications to all, and YouTube will tell you when I make new videos. One thing you can do to help me out, because I always try to make videos to help you guys out and keep you informed, is simply just watch more of my videos. A couple of them will be popping up on the screen in just a minute. That helps out my channel tremendously, along with hitting the like button and leaving a comment. If you check the video's description or the pinned comment, you'll find my affiliate links where you can get some really awesome stuff. You'll find a link to the Danny Lightning merch store, plus some game news and info. You'll find all kinds of good links down there in the video's description and in the pinned comment. And huge shout out to my channel members. Thank you so much for being members. That extra support really does help the channel. Thank you so much. If you want to join and become one, hit the little join button right below the video. But I think that's it for the day. Hope you enjoyed it. Lightning out. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.